up, pull the recliner out, because you're in for a big treat today. My special guest is a seventh grader. How many of us remember what we did in the seventh grade? Right now, I don't remember. But we have a seventh grader. Her name is Noelle Brownlee. But this is what I like about it. I titled it today, Noelle's Dream. She has an awesome dream, and she's not starting at the bottom of the steps. This young princess took the elevator and went all the way to the top. And she contacted a major corporation to see what her dream is. So at this particular time, I'm going to turn it over to Noelle. And Noelle, I want you to tell me something about yourself. And don't forget whoever's that's sitting next to you on your left. Let's talk about him as well. All right, Noelle, tell me something about yourself.
I'm Noelle Brownlee. I'm in 7th grade and I love STEM. STEM is science, technology, engineering, and math, or other 3D hands-on projects like Lego. So first for me, Lego was just like a stress relief after being diagnosed with dyslexia. But I started doing it more and more and more and realized I'm really good at it and I really enjoy it. So I really wanted to make sure that what I'm doing happened because it's really important to me. So, Dad, this is Dad.
I am Noelle's father, Jerome. I'm the proud father of this amazing, talented, beautiful, hardworking young girl. And I'll tell you right now, I tell most people when I grow up, I want to be like Noelle.
Ditto, and so do I. I want to be like our Princess Noelle. The thought that your mind at 7 years old is not here, it's up here. And diagnosis or not, your dreams is going to come true, precious. Believe me. We want to give a shout out to mine.
Yes. Who was a phenomenal teacher, these girls. She's unbelievable. Community leader, activist, I love it.
I noticed that when I went to the website, and now that we're Facebook friends, I thought I did a lot. I can't touch your mother. She is busy, busy, busy. Before we go any further, let's talk about your sister. See, this is a family show. We bring all the family.
Yes.
I have 2 sisters. Mariah is 10 and Olivia, 10 and Olivia is 7. And they have been a very big part of helping me with this because they're probably one of my biggest motivations to make sure that they didn't feel like the one character that looked like them, somehow their culture, or they weren't worthy enough to have a home of their own. So they were very, very big support as well. They would always be helping me find the pieces I needed and the parts I needed. So they were really helpful with that.
Wow. See, that's what I'm talking about. Support each other. A family, we can go a long way as a family. We don't go very far when we're by ourselves. Thank you, Mom and Dad. Thank you, Mom and Dad. So now, Noelle, I'm so excited. I'm sitting on the edge of my seat for real. Share with us your dream.
My dream is currently Queen Andrea's house. So Queen Andrea's house is Queen Andrea is their main Black character. And she is also their only character who does not have a house set you can purchase. So when I went to the store to purchase Queen Andrea's house, I was like, wait a minute, there is no house for Andrea? Like, your one Black character is the only one that doesn't have a house. So I went home and I was like, I gotta do something about this. So Mariah's like, well, what about these Lego ideas? And I was like, I had never heard of it. So I'm looking at all this stuff and I'm like, wow, this is really cool. So we started building Queen Andrea's house and then we submitted it to the Lego Ideas contest. And if we get enough votes, then it will be turned into an actual Lego product.
We are going to get the votes. Believe me, everybody's going to be voting for you. Isn't that amazing? I learned this from you, Princess Noelle. I did a little homework myself. Just a little bit. Nowhere to touch Princess Noelle. I found out, which I forgot, The Lego was been in existence since 1932.
Wow.
Could you imagine 2020? I know they didn't have a vision of knowing that Noel Brownlee was going to go to the Lego store and find out something's missing here. And I need to take care of what's missing, cultural and everything. So how did you feel when you looked around and didn't see it?
Well, it was, part of me was like, I really didn't understand. Like, you have a house, some of these characters even have 2, 3 houses, and yet your one Black character is the only one that doesn't have a house. So I was like, at first I was like really frustrated, like I gotta write a letter. And then Mom and Dad were like, well, no one wants it like you do. You gotta do it yourself. You gotta put the work in. So I did the work, and now I just need everybody else's help to vote.
So that was your idea to write the letter.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
This generation are for real. Movers and shakers, innovators. I've been calling you all dreampreneurs. If they sit down and dream it, they are moving with it. So you wrote the letter. Scared of you, as they say. You. Could you imagine? Dear Mr. Lego, my name is Nicole Brownlee. And I know you put some words in there that shook them up.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, that shook them up. A 7th grader.
When she came to me with the idea, I said, you want to do what? Okay. You want to actually write it? So you built it. You want to write them? She said, yeah, Dad. You always say we got to be the change we want to see. And I said, okay. All right.
And that you are, the Bible says, write it down. Make it plain. But could you just close your eyes for a minute and see in the boardroom, they opening up the mail and see your name? Could you just imagine? They was like, this your pass it on to the VP, the first VP, second VP, took it on down to the communications, because everybody's sitting at the table. I would love to have been a fly on that wall to see how they felt about reading your letter. And then what you did behind writing the letter. You continue looking for the pieces. I don't know if I would have done that. I'm just going to tell you. I was sitting there waiting for them to answer me on the letter. No. But Princess Noel, you kept going with it. So tell me some more, because I'm excited.
Well, it was definitely very difficult because they only have 2 Black characters, and one is just a guest set, not including Andrea. He just comes around and guest sets as like the pizza guy or something. So I had to take the outfits from Andrea and the outfits from him to create the entire family of 7. So that was like really just digging through used Lego bins at the used Lego store by our house, and just trying to find like a way to make there be 7 people in this family for the way I designed the house to work with a big family. So it was very, very difficult to be able to find, because like they're not in a lot of sets. So you have to look at the sets that they're in and be like, okay, this outfit would work for this person, so they're all like, it was just really difficult to be able to find all these different outfits to put with all these different people.
Dad, that's that. Yeah. Dad and Mom, that's that engineer from the STEM program. That engineer's part of it. Say, wait a minute, you can do this. Go and piece it and put it together. Now you got a complete set of 7. And I have to go back to the Bible again. 7 is a completion. So here we go. Come on, Princess. Let's stay on this spaghetti train. We on the airplane now. Come on, ride. Go ahead, Princess.
So there is, this would be Queen Andrea's house, and there are certain elements in it that I put in that I love about my family and culture on purpose, because there are no sets like that right now. So
Okay.
it was very important for me to put those little pieces and things that I love about my family and culture into the set. So the top, the roof area, and the front, you can see there's a lot of plants and vines and trees, and that symbolizes like knowing your family history and always being able to grow as a family. And then we get to the top terrace area, and we have the telescope and right next to the garden, because I read a book about Benjamin Banneker and how he used the stars to know when and where to plant his seeds. So I made sure that I had that in there. And then when we go to the inside, there is a music studio, which was very important for me to put in because my dad was always teaching me about the Harlem Renaissance. So I made sure to put a music studio in there. And then there's a library, because mom is always telling me you got to know your history to be able to write your own future. So the library in there with a wall of hand-selected books. That part was like so difficult because they're just these little tiny pieces that you got to stick together all the way across the wall. Very painful. And then the final level on this particular story is the kitchen, and that part is so special to me because my grandma owns a pound cake company, and so I wanted to make sure that there was a special place in there where her grandma that I included in the set could teach her grandchildren her like family recipes and pass them down. And then this side has, because family is very important to me personally, there is a top suite for the grandparents, and it has a bathroom, bedroom, kitchenette, and dining room for the grandparents. And then we have all of the like sleeping quarters for the family. And the parents' bedroom is like all these beautiful shades of yellow, so it could be very relaxing in their room. And then the little sister's room, it's very spacious because she volunteers at the mom's vet clinic. So it has lots of space for her to play with her animals and take care of them. And then the last two rooms would be the brother's fashion design studio, where he makes clothes and wigs for friends and family. And then the last one would be Andrea's room, and it is full of purple because purple is the color of royalty, and she can't be a queen without her beautiful purple. So then she also has a laptop that is hooked to the planetarium so she can record her findings in the stars.
All right, Dad, I'm speechless, okay? What did I say earlier in the intro? Princess Noel did not start at the bottom. She took me straight up to the third floor right away and started connecting and assembling all this together, which means higher thoughts, higher minds. We don't be down here. We're up here. And then how you created the different rooms. So I'm feeling that you love your grandparents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I see.
Family is so important to us. And when Noel put this together, I think part of it is we understand that it takes a village, to raise a community, to raise a family. And when Noel put these things together in these special pieces, a lot of time kids don't get to see this. They don't get to see a family structure. They don't get to see, the books that are afforded to other people. They don't get to have those opportunities. So when Noel brought this, it's a collection of what she's seen, but what she wants other people to see, what she feels that other people should have the ability to be able to go ahead and capture and see on a regular basis. Because if you start teaching them literacy at a young age, imagine what we can do. Imagine how we can change. And so Noel put all this. This is Noel. This is not mom and dad. This is Noel. And she could tell you the stories of how many times or what it looked like when she put it together and what happened. But this is hard work and dedication.
It broke 3 times.
No.
Yep, it fell out of the closet, and then I stepped on it, and then one time I was like, where is it? And so I sat down, and so when I put it on my bed and I sat on it, so it went through a couple of little tornadoes. But each time it fell, I was like, oh, thank goodness. I really wanted to fix that. Like, oh, I got to redo the library. The library needs a couple more books in there. So it was an interesting process. There's a lot of ups and downs, but in the end, I think it came out great.
Mr. Brownlee, Brother Brownlee. That's the math and the STEM, isn't it? Just keep
Yes.
piecing it together, putting it back
Mhm.
until we get it right. I am loving your tenacity. So many of our listening audience is children sitting there during the pandemic. I don't have nothing to do. Go and vote for Noel Brownlee. You'll have
Hey.
something to do. Okay.
Mhm.
Very excited, but I'm loving. I noticed it folds. It's compact.
Mhm.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
That was
When I
probably the hardest part because it was so difficult, number one, to find the hinges, but then also to know where to put them to not mess up like where I had the walls placed for the stickers on the inside. So that was really difficult, just to know where to put them in order to make sure it wasn't too loose or not too tight that it didn't move. So that was hard.
That's the technology in STEM. You all,
Mhm.
y'all should be so proud of her, how she's using these applications. Not she, Princess Noel is using these different applications to follow your dream. And look through all the sitting on it, falling out the closet, all these pieces that's all over the place, but you kept going.
Mhm.
And that's what it's about. Keep going. Don't
Mhm.
stop. Oh my goodness. You said earlier you wrote a book.
Yeah, so my mom and I, well, we both really like writing. So, yeah, it's right behind you.
Get it, brother, please. We love to see your book.
So,
Aw.
when I didn't really necessarily understand MS with my aunt, and so mom would kind of tell me in a little bit like a more understandable way for me to understand. And so I was like, oh, this is interesting. So I was at school and the teacher was like, okay, everybody just go like write to yourselves or something. And I had written a book about it. And I came home and I was like, Mom, look what I did in school today. And she was like, wow, okay. And so we ended up publishing it. And I mean, it happened.
Yes, it did happen. Your dad's holding it. So it happened.
Yes.
Wow. Wow. Princess Noel, I just want to listen to you. Just keep talking about whatever you want to talk about because you are educating me so much.
There's a lot you can say, huh? Any research you did about kids who do STEM or?
Well, I found that by the age of 10, a child is influenced by their career choices through play. So if I could create a toy where a child sees a Black family represented in STEM, then it's so much more than a toy. It's a chance and an opportunity for a child to have a rewarding career and in a field that they probably wouldn't have gotten into otherwise. So it was very interesting for me to learn and study that with mom and just understand that it's just so much more than a toy because otherwise this child wouldn't have had that opportunity. They wouldn't have known about it. They wouldn't have heard about it. But through this toy, when they were younger, it gives them a whole new career as they get older.
Active STEM, that's the S in science. You are something, you are amazing. That's one of the questions that you gave me. And I knew you wanted to answer it from your heart rather versus me asking the question. And I thank you so very much. And I'm loving you, baby. Mom, dad, auntie, grandma, my sister, my other sister. And like your father keeps saying, that's family.
Mm-hmm.
That's what a family does. You are amazing. So can we talk about how we can vote for you?
Yeah, so it only takes a few minutes to help me reach my dream. And you just have to go to the Lego Ideas website and make a Lego ID and then vote for Queen Andrea's House by Noel. It's pretty simple, and that's all we really need. We really just need help with getting the votes in.
And then once we reach our 10,000, am I right? I think I read it's 10,000 votes that you need.
Yes.
Yep, 10,000.
Okay. Well, while we at 99.99, I'll put the 10,000 vote in it.
Yes.
And
it's like she
silly.
said, you only have to go to ideas.lego.com to vote. And a lot of people on social media are, liking and sharing, which we absolutely appreciate. But just like we're telling everyone right now, now is the time to vote. We need you to vote for Noelle at ideas.lego.com because that's what will get the product out. That's what Lego needs to see in order for them to go, okay, let's do this.
Okay, when we get ready to close out, we're going to mention that again.
Okay.
Is because I'm finding out, and I'm still learning, believe me. What you just said, brother, about the like and share, I always thought it was taking my name down and you had the information, but my grandson said no. I had to do what you daughter just said here. Go and vote. So we will. Little do they know. And then when the mail come in from the boardroom meeting again, this is what they're gonna be doing. May I speak to Nicole Brownlee's parents, please? We got 20,000 plus, and you need to come in. See, we always, like you went straight to the third floor.
Yes.
We always gonna go to the top. They said 10,000. We want 20, 30. As many as people that vote. So, is there a deadline?
We have about 300 days left.
Oh, okay. I'll start pushing it on my end, to my people. So it's just click, and that's it. Okay. The only one thing that I'm gonna mention to Princess Noelle, following your dream, tell the Lord thank you, because we claiming victory, not tomorrow. We claiming victory now. Because my grandbabies, I have a grandbaby that's 3 years old. She's awesome. The only thing that will calm her down is arts and crafts. Because the project. She go get a book. I mean, we have a science, a lab thing. You should see how she's putting it together. And that will encourage her as well, along with others. I mean, for you, when we go shopping, I have to bring this back up, Princess. You went to the Lego store looking for a Pacific. No, I'm going in there buying me something to help me stay pretty, and I'm coming on out. But you went in there with a purpose. You went in there with a purpose. And then when Princess Noelle discovered the purpose, came back home, part of STEM and mommy, and started working on it. And still working on it.
Yes. I tell you what, they take after their mom, all three of them, right? She is busy. They are just as busy changing the world, trying to figure out what the next need is and how to help, from the making their tamales to, cooking to, I have my little one, Olivia, wants to be an attorney. She wants to be an attorney general, so they are constantly developing and constantly growing and want to change. And I love it. It's inspiring to me. It's inspiring.
Absolutely. And that takes a lot of love, brother, for a man or a husband to say, it's my wife, their mom, the girls, blah, blah, how inspiring it is, because a lot of men can't say that. But I heard something what your dad just said. Princess Noelle, your sister want to be an attorney, so we ain't got to hire nobody. You don't have to go looking for nothing, because here again, back to mom and dad and grandparents and all that. We got the attorney in the family, so we don't have to worry about another attorney taking our money and not giving us service, because your sister's going to be an attorney. What's the other sister going to be?
Well, she's got two things, basketball, and she loves fashion design. Loves it. And cooking, those are her two things right now. Fashion design and cooking, she's like over the roof with. She loves them.
Well, we don't have to worry about your wardrobe.
No.
You got a sister that's going into fashion. So you see how God has orchestrated this? You don't have to go looking. You got it all in the family.
Yeah, this quarter 3 is not easily broken. I'm telling you.
It's really not. Amazing. And I'm looking at your body language, Princess. When you talk about your mommy and your sisters and your grand, I mean that body language is going. I'm proud to be a Brownlee. That's my mommy. That's my daddy. That's my sister. And that's what's helping my energy to keep going. You are fantastic.
Thank you.
Fantastic. And all of the questions, you sent me 8 questions. You have covered them all because it's coming from here. It's not coming from the paper. It's coming from you. And I am so impressed. So don't have me call you sister, fashion designer, because I have all my clothes made and I'm always looking for some new talent. Yeah. Wow. Yes, sir. All my clothes are made. And I'm always looking for fresh talent. The support. How about that? Support. That's what we have to do. Support one another.
Yeah.
But Princess, do this for me. Turn around and look at that bookshelf. I want to see your body language. Amen.
Hey.
Yes. Yes.
Good job.
Yes. 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 That's another thing that's touching my heart is reading. And when children that are struggling don't want to read and see your interview today, that'll encourage them to go pull a book out. And you're saying how something happened with your designing the Lego house for Queen Andrea. Okay. That'll encourage them that if you can do it in the 7th grade, so can they. They can do it as well. Believe it or not, we have a couple minutes left. I want to give Princess Noel 2 minutes to tell us whatever you want to say. Go ahead, it's okay. She's thinking, see what I'm talking about, that STEM program?
Yep.
She's thinking.
Always.
That
Always
what I'm
thinking.
that what I'm getting ready to say is going to be good for my generation. Look at her, Dad. Look at her.
She's been a goal changer. Goal changer. What I would say, have you given any thought to what's your next project, or what your plans are, how you plan on using it?
Well, I would say because I'm only in 7th grade, I'm not necessarily sure what I'm exactly going to do, but I know that I would like to be an activist in everything that I do. And my parents are always telling me to leave it better than you found it. So by creating Queen Andrea's house, I am leaving Lego better than I found it. And I will most certainly move on to the next thing that I see that needs changing.
See, what did I tell you? Thinking. I knew she was going to come up with something that would be so encouraging to each other. And we dare not, let's bring up the voting because that's important. We got to get the votes in. So tell them again, Princess Noel.
So you're going to go to the Lego Ideas website, create a Lego ID, and then vote for Queen Andrea's House by Noel.
Thank you. And Dad, we dare not leave without hearing from you.
Oh, well, listen, I'm excited. I want to just say thank you. Thank you to you for what you're doing. Thank you for speaking to the people. Thank you for listening to the needs that are in the community. That's what our family is about, 100%. Finding the need in the community and meeting that need, whatever it looks like. We cannot do this by ourselves. We were not designed to do this by ourselves, but so often we are told and tricked into believing that we are alone and isolated. That is not the case. We are here for one another. We are stronger and better together. And Noel, at this young age, is an example of what that looks like. We are better together. We are going to continue in our family to push, and promote the positive. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're about. We love the idea of you letting us come on and talk about what Noel is doing. And we want to be there for our community and communities that are around who need positivity right now. And that's what we're giving. So go to ideas.lego.com and vote for Noel.
Praise God. Thank you so very much. We enjoyed you. And I want to say Peace and thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
God bless you.
Thank you.